Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. So on today's episode, we're going to be kicking it off with this woman right here who has just gotten a divorce from her husband. And now that she's back out in the dating world, guys, she is not too happy because men are no longer taking her seriously. Let's take a listen.
I just got divorced and the dating scene is horrible out there, guys. Everyone needs therapy. You guys literally, like all these guys out there are literally crazy. Emotionally immature, socially unaware, no boundaries, no respect, no values. How can I expect to find anybody?
Yeah, all the men out here need therapy, right? That's the first thing that she goes to, right? Is when dudes don't want to commit to her, when they don't want to take her out on dates anymore, which she's going to get to in a minute. They're emotionally immature. They need to go to therapy. Okay, all this kind of crap comes up because, guys, this is what girls do when men don't take them seriously and when men don't give them commitment. It's straight into trying to shame men into relationships by saying that there's something wrong with them. Right, this woman right here, guys, there used to be a time, okay, where when you got married, that was it. You got married, okay, through thick and thin, as the vows go. But we're in a day, guys, 2022, right? All these girls are going out here getting divorces, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, and then crying when men don't want to take them out on dates anymore.
Not that I'm looking, it's just so happens to be these guys find me. They expect that I'm going to be their girlfriend in a day, to have a kid. Like, what's wrong with these guys? I just don't understand. I don't hang out. Stop asking to hang out with me. You want to go out? Take me on a date. That's how I'll hang out.
And that's it right there, guys. Okay, that bit right at the end. You see, she starts off by complaining that dudes want to push her to be their girlfriends and stuff like that, but she wraps it up with the truth by saying that men are not interested in taking her out on dates. See, here's what happened, okay? A lot of guys are coming to the realization that why the hell would I take these girls out on dates when they're just, going from guy to... The guys that they actually like, don't need to take these women on dates. They just go over to their house for 20 minutes, they go on a walk, and then they go to their house for 20 minutes, and that's that. Right? Take a listen to this ending one more time.
Yeah, stop asking to hang out with me.
Yeah, spend money on me, take me seriously, right off the bat.
You want to go out? Take me on a date. That's how I'll hang out.
Listen.
No. And you see, you used to, maybe have the power to say that kind of crap when you're in your 20s. You can get away with trying to pressure dudes into dates, but now you're divorced. Now that, you've gotten older, things are going to be a lot more harder for you. And guys, I have no sympathy for these girls who get to this point because, they choose the men that they have relationships with. Okay, they absolutely choose it. If you're going to get married, you damn well stay in that marriage, guys. People want to go out here and just disrespect. And guys, don't get married in the year 2022. That's not what I'm saying at all. But these girls seem to think it's just something that they can jump into, disrespect, and then it's totally fine. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we've got a bit of a packed one for you here today. We're going through some clips from these modern women, guys, seeing what they have to say. And we're also going to be jumping into, I believe, a dating profile and a Reddit story. But guys, before we jump in, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure that you subscribe on your way in. And as always, guys, if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can do that for totally free, guys. Make sure that you come and join us on Locals, okay? Just in case Susan decides to yeet the channel, make sure you come and join us over there. Create a free account. And look, if you're interested in supporting, there are also options for that as well, but it is totally free to come and join. But guys, let's continue with some of these TikToks. Make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's continue on with the video.
Listen, if you see me on social media, just immediately add 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 pounds in your head to my body. I'm not going to take pics at a bad, horrific angle where I'm like not even slightly sucking in. Like, I'm just never gonna post that. I'm sorry. I don't know. I would never. I'm not doing that so that you feel like less lied to. Like, figure it out, do the math.
Yeah, hey, that's totally fine. But okay, if you're going to go out there and do that, gentlemen, we have just been given the green light to say that we earn $200,000 annually on our dating profiles. And why don't we just say that these girls can do the math? Right? You see, it's perfectly fine for them to go out and lie and, post pictures from like 4 years ago, when they weighed a completely different amount, okay? But let me tell you something, guys. Lord forbid you lie about your salary, or you lie about your height, for example, or you lie about your hairline. Oh, no, she's not having any of that. But apparently we as men were supposed to come out here and just do the math on their weight and just know for a fact that they're lying right off the bat.
Less lied to. Like, figure it out, you know? Do the math.
If you texted them a question and they have not responded to you, do not send them another message. They're not responding for a reason. And I know that it's tempting, and you might be thinking, did I say something wrong? Believe me, I absolutely hate being ignored. It's honestly like worse than being rejected. Like, who wants to be stonewalled? Especially if it's like after a date and you guys had a really fun time together, or at least it seemed like it was going really well, and then all of a sudden it's from 100 to 0. Do not text them. Go ride your bike. Go on a walk. Listen to music. Literally just don't text them.
You know, guys, I always find it because at the end of the day, okay, it's not bad advice, right? If people aren't interested in you, then just walk away. Okay, I would give the same advice, guys. You know, if you're talking to a girl and she's not interested, just save the time, guys. And that goes for, you know, the dudes who are watching this, who are out there dating. Just save your time, move along, okay? But let's look at this, okay? These girls, when they get ignored by a man, they're not moving on. The dudes that ignore them are the ones that they want. Okay, you could choose a guy that, you know, you go on a date and he'll message you afterwards going, oh, I had a great time, let's hang out again soon. But if a guy messages a girl that, they don't want to hear it, guys. They don't want to date the men who say that. They don't want to be pushed for commitment, guys. Like, all these girls will say, I hate being ignored, you know? But if a dude's messaging them, you know, telling them that they had a great time, oh, they don't want to talk to him either, apparently. Okay? So, you know, watch what they say. I mean, watch what they do, not what they say.
Even though it sucks to be ignored, and it's probably not okay for them to have ignored us, being ghosted is an answer in itself.
I'm not a...
Yeah, it's not it's not okay to be ignored, she says. Right? It's not okay for people to ghost us. Oh, okay, but it's perfectly okay for you to do this to people, right? Like, guys, I want you to imagine for a second, this girl on a dating app. You think that she's not out here ignoring lots and lots of men, just matching with dudes to waste their time, or, you know, never talking to them, ghosting them, going out on dates for free food, okay, all this kind of crap. You think that she's not engaging in any one of those behaviors right there? No, absolutely not, okay? But the moment a dude ghosts them, the moment a dude doesn't want anything to have to do with them, all of a sudden the world is ending, men need to treat us better, you know, and then you just, you know, you go up the ranks, and next thing you'll hear about is the patriarchy, okay, and how they're paid different, which they're not. Or if you know, if you want to look at it like they are paid differently, it's because they work less, okay? Like, you know, just straight away going to, it's not okay when it happens to me. Funny that.
Just don't text them. Even though it sucks to be ignored, and it's probably not okay for them to have ignored us.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay for men to not give us attention. Right? That's always the funny thing, guys. It's not okay for men to not give us attention. Wow, what a world we live in, huh?
Being ghosted is an answer in itself.
I'm not upset that he ghosted me. I'm not upset that he hurt my feelings. I'm upset because now I have to explain it to my best friend after I promised I would stop doing this.
You know, guys, if you watch this channel for quite some time, you may recognize that audio right there. And the reason that you recognize that audio is because you've heard it before. Guys, that is a sound on TikTok. Okay, there are literally so many videos that have that exact same sound there, because all of these girls are going through the same thing of being ghosted by dudes. And guys, like, that brings a smile to my face, okay? All of these girls, they're so frustrated that dudes are ghosting them and not committing to them that they've made a sound for it on TikTok, and you see it so commonly in these videos.
We're not even halfway through January, and I've already had 4 different men ghost me. But what they don't know is that my ex-fiance called off our wedding by showing up at our house at 7 in the morning and telling me that he hadn't loved me for months. I'm invincible now. There is nothing that a medium attractive man named Ryan from Tinder can do to hurt me.
Guys, like, I always get in my head, okay? These girls say, like, oh, you know, this dude, he, after months of being together, years or whatever, he suddenly told me that he was lying about being in love with me. No, I don't believe that's what happened at all. Okay, I reckon, guys, if we were to talk to that man who she's describing in that video right there, he would have an entirely different, perspective on the situation. Okay, but notice how what a strange thing. Why would a guy rock up to her house at 7 a.m. in the morning and just call off a wedding? Just no reason, guys. She's obviously the victim. Hey, but I guess we don't need any more context because I suppose we can just take her at her word's value. Guys, there's this thing, okay, where we've all been told that, you know what, we should just listen to what people say, guys. Just listen, just follow, don't question anything, and you'll be totally fine. Guys, I think it's time that we start questioning what these girls have to say, and I'll tell you guys a little bit of a story later on in the video, if I remember, about not believing what people say, because something happened to me recently which relates to this, but let's continue. I'm muting this garbage. Okay, that says when you're talking, what did it say? When you're excited talking to someone new, and then it says you got ghosted.
It's you, which is apparently a really serious issue these days. It's happened to me, so don't feel bad. But if he does, and he tries to text you 3 months later to see what's up, first of all, you're late, okay? But if he does, text him back, be like, she's sleeping, bruh.
Yeah, good one. Absolutely good one. The funny thing is, right, is these girls will complain about ghosting, and then they'll try and play a game like this, and I guarantee you, the guy that ghosted them does not care at all, right? I mean, man, these women seem to think they're a lot more important than they actually are. The dude is probably just messaging you because he's bored and he wants someone to come over and just have some bedroom fun with it. It really has nothing to do with you're special, or he really misses you as a person or anything like that. No, it's typically not that at all. And I find it funny that these girls are like, yeah, let's play a little mind game with him, as if the men will actually give a crap. Right? I just imagine some dude, he's bored, he wants to have a bit of fun, he just shoots her a message, and then she sends that message back, and he just smirks knowing that it's just a piece of crap game. Because that's what it is, guys.
That ship sailed. Your seat got sat in. Sorry. Even if it didn't, ladies, we gotta pretend like it did. Okay?
Yeah, because, okay, let's go over that last bit right there, okay? So she says that, even if there's no new man in your life, you've got to pretend like there has been, okay? Let's be completely honest. There have been subsequent men in her life after the fact, okay? If she hasn't been talking to a dude for 3 months, number one, even if they're just talking the entire time, she's probably seeing another dude at the exact same time, so they weren't really exclusive, so she's probably seeing another dude then. Whenever the talking stops, you think that these girls are single? Guys, I always laugh to myself when I hear these dudes out here saying, oh, she's single, so maybe I have a shot. You guys understand that the girls in relationships, they're all single, right? Guys, they're all single at all times, right? It's weird to me that dudes will get in a relationship with a woman, and then they'll think that she's still not talking to other dudes. Meanwhile, she's posting pictures of herself to Instagram every damn week. It's guys, do you not, there are so many avenues for these girls to see men that whenever I hear them say, oh, I've been single for 8 months. Yeah, you might have been single for 8 months, but you've definitely been seeing other dudes during that 8 months. And let me tell you something, guys. These girls who, they then go on to get in a relationship, it's not as if they're in that relationship. They're still single. Right? They're still absolutely single, because that guy who she's highly attracted to, if he actually, comes around and then maybe baits her with a bit of commitment and tries to take her out to dinner, oh, she'll go. Right? She'll go to that dinner.
Okay.
So I just wanted to come on here to ask you guys a question. Does anyone know what the actual is wrong with the male species?
Good Lord, we are muting that.
Stood up yet again tonight. Again! This is a common occurrence for me. Please let me know that I am not alone in this. I am waxed from head to toe. I got a manicure and pedicure. And it's not fucking cheap, man. All this just for a date, okay? Could you imagine? Standing this up? I have hella pimples, but what's wrong with me?
Can you imagine standing this up, she says. Right, gentlemen, like, the reason why I don't really have sympathy for these girls who get stood up is because, number one, you think that they're not out here standing up dudes? Oh, absolutely. They're out here flaking. Like, for those of you who think I'm joking when I say this, go on Tinder as a dude and come back and tell me your experience with these women. Okay, you'll get flaked on, you'll get ghosted, okay? Girls will ignore you, you'll have to carry the conversation, and then these same girls come to TikTok to complain when dudes stand them up because they went out and got a manicure and a pedicure and crap like this, right? It's funny. It really is, because at any point, she could choose for this not to happen. But what they're doing is that they're setting their standards so high that it's going to be inevitable. It doesn't matter because what she's going to do is she's going to get on dating apps, and all the guys that she thinks she's better than, they're completely invisible. Okay, she wants to date dudes who are above her, so this is going to continue to happen, right? This is why there's such a huge trend of women having relationship issues, because the dudes that they're trying to lock down don't want to be with these girls anyway. And in the meantime, they just treat all other dudes like they're invisible, and then they complain about the fact that dating is hard for them. You're damn right it should be hard, because you're doing it wrong. Ridiculous.
The thing I hate most about ghosting isn't the fact that it happens.
The piano
it's what
music.
we're left with when it does. The simple fact that it's been a month since I've heard from you and you still pop into my brain. I still don't understand how you go from FaceTiming someone every single day and them telling you that they want to see you again to nothing. Why was it so scary?
Guys, what is this piano music? I swear, I need to make like a scene, right, where it's just the character, like it's just my character sitting here. It's like black and white. It's zoomed in, and we're just playing like piano music, and it's got rain over the screen, right? Like, why don't we get this piano music going on? What even is this, man? Let's roll this back.
Go from FaceTiming someone every single day and them telling you that they want to see you again to nothing. Why was it so scary for you to tell me that this wasn't what you wanted?
Oh, it's not scary. It's just that men don't really want to commit to you. Right? That's the thing, is girls will get confused and they'll say, oh, it's just because he's scared and that's why he didn't want to level up the commitment, or that's why he didn't say anything to me. It's like, no, the reason why he didn't say that is because you weren't more than that. Like, that's the answer to the question, guys. And like, here's the thing, okay? I don't think it's good to lie or cheat on people regardless of what gender you are, okay? I'm not someone who's down for cheating, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, you look at these situations, and these girls can most definitely tell when the dude is not going to want to commit to them, right? Because what they're doing is they're dating up. They're trying to select men that have options that clearly don't want to commit to them. And then they're like shocked and horrified. And we end up with these videos on TikTok where it's like, you know, piano music is going and she's so upset because a man didn't want to commit to her.
For someone who seemed so brave on the outside. I guess this is just a reminder to my brain. When you remember those good and funny times, remember who he showed you he was.
3 things not to do after being ghosted. Don't blame yourself. Their action is a reflection of either their emotional immaturity, lack of communication skills, or their own insecurities.
I wonder if that's where the woman that we first showed on this video learned these words. You know what I mean? Like the woman at the start of the video said that, oh, okay, well, dudes don't want to date me, so it's obviously because they're emotionally immature. And you get all these, you know, these female dating coaches out here, guys, who say, if a man doesn't want to commit to you, he's emotionally immature. Let's play that back, because that's what she just said. Let's take a look at this.
Not to do after being ghosted. Don't blame yourself.
Yeah, don't blame yourself. Take no accountability at all. If men don't want to commit to you, it's got nothing to do with you. Very interesting.
Action is a reflection of either their emotional immaturity, lack of communication skills, or their own insecurities.
Isn't that just I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see this this text right here. Take a look at this, okay? So if a dude doesn't, you know, want to continue talking to her, which, by the way, guys, like, these girls are still out here ghosting men in the meantime, okay? But obviously it's not... See, when girls ghost a guy, it's strong and empowered and you don't owe that guy anything, okay? But when a guy ghosts a woman, it's these things right here, apparently. It's a reflection of your emotional immaturity, your lack of communication skills, and your insecurities. Really, really funny how that works. Very strong accountability coming out here. See, it's like do as I say, not do as I do kind of behavior.
Don't overthink trying to understand why or what happened. Take their ghosting behavior as a clear sign that they don't have what it takes to have a healthy and mature relationship with you.
Or maybe they just didn't want to have one with you. Right? See, you got to love how this is the conclusion that's drawn, right? Rather than saying that, oh, the guy didn't want to commit to me because maybe he just, I don't know, didn't want to. Okay, we have to say that the guy didn't want to commit to you because he doesn't have what it takes. You know, a real man would come along with, and commit to you. A real man with emotional intelligence, straight to intelligence, right? You love that one. Is blaming this on emotional intelligence, okay? But guys, like, let's just put this in context, okay? Girls are allowed to go out here and just, absolutely bash on men's quote-unquote emotional intelligence because apparently there's just a huge difference, of that between the genders. But for example, guys, if you go out here and for a moment say that men are better at sports and that the WNBA, for example, that should be paid less, shout out to Easy Swish Sniper, wish you would come back to YouTube, okay? As the moment you say that, oh, you're a misogynist, okay? We've got an issue with you. Hilarious how that works.
Don't accept their mind games. If you
Oh, it's not a mind game. It's just that the dude didn't want to talk to you anymore.
feel that they're playing games with you, set the boundaries for yourself and say no.
Okay, say you've been ghosted. Stop overthinking it. You should never let somebody's shortcomings dictate your happiness. That is on them, not you.
I am going to say this as loud and clear as possible, and I'm only going to say it once. If you and I are talking...
I've got to pause. The chest tattoo, right off the bat. This isn't a shirt, by the way, guys, in case you guys can't really see. This is not a shirt. This is a chest tattoo. So, yep.
And you go multiple days without communicating with me, without a text, a FaceTime call, a regular phone call, a snap, a Facebook message, hell, a goddamn SOS. If you can go multiple days without communicating with me, go a few more.
Oh, we got the hand tattoos as well with the cursive, and I don't know what this says here.
Go a few more. Go a few more days, go a few more months, go a few more years. Hell, you know what? Why don't you do us both a favor and go the rest of your lifetime without saying anything to me? Because I do not have the time, the patience, nor the energy. And I am definitely not the one to put up with that bullshit.
Yeah, guys, I mean, she just, these ladies out here, they're sick and tired of men's behavior, but that's okay because apparently we're supposed to go out here and seek therapy if we don't want to commit to them. You gotta love how that's the first thing, gentlemen, is that, we're emotionally unintelligent and we need to go seek therapy because we don't want to commit to women. But you know what, guys? Speaking of committing to women, we're going to be pulling up today's first dating profile here, and I just want to apologize right off the bat to you, so just a bit of a warning. Okay, so we have this woman right here who, her face has been chopped off a little bit here to hide her identity. But, this is what she looks like, okay? She's got a red dress on. I'm not really sure, what event this is. I think this looks to be like it was taken in a mall or something. I don't really know what's going on here. But we've got this woman, and she is 28 years old, okay? She's blonde, a little bit of a larger girl, red dress, but let's take a bit of a look at her dating profile about section here and take a bit of a read of this. So down here, she says she works in the entertainment and marketing industry. She studies at a university. She lives in who knows where, and she's a woman. About her, she is done with the hookups, guys. I'm looking for someone who at least wants to go on one date with me. Now, guys, what you should walk away from this asking yourself the question that should beg the question to you of, okay, you want dudes to go on at least one date with you. What about the rest of the guys that you've been seeing, right? And I wish that I could say, you know what, guys, maybe she has even look. Depending on whether or not you find this girl attractive, guys, okay, up to you, all right? The fact of the matter is that she's been going out with dudes, okay? But they haven't taken her out on dates. You know what I mean? But you're expected to, right? That's the thing, okay? She hasn't gotten dates, but she's been going out with dudes, obviously. But you're expected to take her out on a date. Very interesting how that works. Anyway, she says, I'm the type of girl that swears a lot, but your parents will love me. It won't work out if you're allergic to cats. I hate cats. I'm a practicing witch. So if you're cool with that, I'm cool with you. Guys, I put up a post on my community tab the other day of a girl saying that she was like studying to become like a Wiccan and she was studying rocks. Guys, I laughed so hard at that crap. Can you guys imagine, why don't we all go out here and we take out tuition fees to go and study rocks, boys? You know what? Maybe we just revamp this current YouTube channel, guys, and we'll become, geologists, okay? Studying quartz and crap like that to make ourselves feel better. And if anyone asks, guys, we just do it for ourselves because we're practicing healing. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, guys, don't get with her if you're allergic to cats. You need to take her out on dates. She's done with the hookups now, and she is ready for you to take her seriously. Guys, let's continue into the next part of today's show. We have a bit of a magazine article here that was sent to me. So let's take a bit of a look at this one. This right here says, I am happily settled, and yet I still think of my first love. Will it forever hold me in its sway? And this was written by a woman named Eleanor Gordon Smith. So this goes back on what I was saying earlier in today's episode, guys, where, you hear a lot of these girls, they go out here, they get into relationships, but then still, while they're in a relationship with the man, they're still interested in dudes from their past. So they're not actually in the relationship. That's why I say pretty much all these girls, man, like they're all single. They're all absolutely single. I don't really care if they're in a relationship because, we end up with crap like this. So let's take a little bit of a read, and I might make this a bit bigger so we can actually see this as we go on. So here we go. 10 years ago, I knew I was with the love of my life for a short but intense year, but she chose to end it. He cared for me, but for him it was more casual, and there were clear reasons why it couldn't be long term. I needed to be the one to end that first love, not wait for it to be taken away. Now I am happily settled with a loving, stable husband with young children, and yet I think of that first love sometimes, and huge feelings still bubble up. Being with him transformed me, uncovered the best version of myself. I was more intelligent, beautiful, creative than I had ever been before. It matched the magic that I saw in him. I overcame big obstacles in my life while we were together. Now I'm back to the me I recognize, heavy, cowardly, and full of self-loathing. Let's continue on. I don't know how to tell if I threw away one of the most important people or if this is just some nostalgia gone wild. I cut contact with him when we split because I can't bear the thought of hurting my husband and don't trust myself to deal with ambiguity. Should I leave it be, or will it forever hold me in its sway? Guys, stuff like this is so absolutely disgusting. We covered a Reddit article recently on the channel, guys, and we had a woman out here saying that basically the same thing. Okay, it's almost as if it's an experience that happens to a lot of girls, guys, where they date those men, earlier in their lives, and they want to come around and say, okay, well, I still miss them. I still want to have something to do with them. Guys, I'm telling you, a lot of these girls are still caught up on the previous guys in their life, despite the fact that they have a husband. And a lot of the times, guys, when they have a husband, it's because the husband is stable, not because they're actually attracted to him. But guys, to wrap up today's episode, we're going to be jumping into this article right here that says an increasing number of college-educated women are having children outside of marriage. Now, this ties back into the first TikTok that we watched on today's episode, guys, where the woman got out of a marriage and she started to realize that the dating world is not all that it cracked up to be. Because, guys, in the year 2021, 2022, going forward, a lot of these women get in their heads the idea that you can just continue to push things off and it's going to have no repercussions at all. But let me tell you something, guys, there are some serious repercussions when it comes to having a healthy, successful family. And one of the reasons one of the ways that happens, guys, is kids without, particularly a father, don't fly so good. So, guys, we're going to be jumping into this momentarily, but I wanted to give one more quick shout out to locals, guys. Make sure you come and join us over there. The link is in the description, guys. It's totally free to join, and just make sure you come and join that, guys, because truth be told, I don't know if this channel will be around forever, guys. At this point, we've got multiple warnings. They haven't really told us what for, so I'm just preparing for the day, man. Make sure you come and join us over there. The link's in the description. But let's jump right into this article and take a bit of a read here. I might have to move my character or make myself real small so we can read this. Oh, wow, look at me. I'm tiny. Let's continue. It says, family formation in the US used to follow a simple common sense pattern: courtship, marriage, and children. In the past few decades, this pattern has been thrown off in most demographic groups, except for college-educated adults. Now, however, the pattern is shifting there as well. For many years now, both the likelihood of cohabitation and the age at which they marry has increased for college-educated women. Guys, you already know on this channel, we do not advocate for cohabitation at all, and we do not advocate for marriage. And the reason for those two things, and why I don't say that they're a good idea, guys, is because they screw over men. Okay, there's no, I'm not gonna, say it all nice and pretty, guys. If you're out here as a man and you choose to get married or you choose to cohabitate, chances are you will get screwed over in the end. And you know what, guys? Like, it's not necessarily that you will be screwed over before we get the all police that come to the channel, guys. It's the fact that you can be screwed over. Okay, because guess what, guys? Common law marriage is a thing, and it'll come for your backside. But let's take a bit of a read and continue onwards. But today, this trend is shifting upwards on that statistic. Wait, I missed a bit up here, okay? The numbers of those who had their first children outside of marriage, however, remain modest. But today, the trend is shifting upwards on that statistic. The percentage of college-educated women with non-matrimonial marital birth, first birth, is increasing, proving a further disregard for, if not the total rejection of marriage as a foundational feature of family life. Between 1996 and 2018, the number of women giving birth to their first child outside of marriage has risen across all educational groups. Let's look at the 2018 numbers for those without high school diplomas. 86.5% of women have had their first child out of wedlock. Half of those with associates of arts degrees have had their child out of wedlock, and the percentage of women with at least a bachelor's degree who put childbearing before marriage has risen from 4% in 1996 to 24% in 2018. This is the largest proportional increase among the groups. And here we have this graph. I might, if I remember, guys, I might leave the link to this in the description, but don't count on it, guys, because I got to head out in a minute after this video. But I'll put it there if I remember. But anyway, actually, no, guys, just give it a Google. It's from, this article is from Evie, and you can just Google this right here. It says, an increasing number of college-educated women are having children outside of marriage, and you'll be able to find this article super easy. Let's continue. Thus, the new pattern of family formation that's emerging in the US is as follows: cohabitation, children, and then maybe marriage. Essentially, things have been turned upside down, and the results will likely be, and are truly already proving to be, harmful. Yeah, it's almost like when you try... Yeah, crazy how that works, okay? When you try and raise a family without having a structure to it, in other words, you try and kick the man out, because that's what's happening in a lot of these situations, guys, is the man is being removed from the household, right? And that's just the way it's going. And you know what? You can go out here and you can write articles saying that, oh, it's totally fine, nothing should happen at all. But let me tell you something, guys. Kids that grow up without a father in the household, they don't fly so good. They really don't. And I don't say that to be an a-hole to the kids who are watching this who have maybe grown up in broken families or something like that. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that those kids who have grown up in that situation have been disadvantaged. And guess what, guys? It is typically the result of the choices that these single mothers are making. Let's continue on. Oh, wait, I think that, no, yeah. Thus, the new pattern of family formation that's emerging is blah, blah, blah. And let's have a look down here. The trouble for children and for families. In the United States today, 1 in 4 parents living with a child are not married, as cohabitation and children before marriage are across the board becoming more common. Though this new pattern of family formation is now extremely prevalent, it doesn't mean that it's all that good or healthy. Cohabitating parent families are less stable than marital union families. Only 33% of children born to unmarried parents remain in an intact family through age 12, compared to 75% of children born to married parents. The lives of the former group are also much more tumultuous, as they experience roughly 3 times as many family transitions, such as dissolution of cohabitating unions. Guys, we're going to have to leave today's episode there, but I hope I've made the point to you that this is absolutely disgusting. And guys, I'm not advocating for more marriage, okay? I think that it totally just screws men, particularly in the year 2022. I just think it's sad that we have a lot of children out here growing up in situations where their family structure is destined, to be blown apart by these single mothers out here. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. So I just wanted to give one final shout out to the Patreon guys, locals. Excuse me, man, I've had way too much coffee today. Come and join us on Locals. Link will be in the description. And as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. With that being said, make sure you go and show some love to the editor of today's video, guys. You can find free Apple Watch wallpapers over on his website, www.applewatchfaces.io. Make sure you head over there, guys, and bookmark the tab to show some support for your boy. He's gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together today's video, guys, so make sure to go and show him some support for what he has endured today. Take it easy, guys, and peace for real this time.